Good evening, everyone, and a very Merry Christmas Eve, I suppose it is. It is currently, what are we, 10:30 at night. I'm just about winding down for the year with the loose juice in hand as well of a single malt variety. Just before I properly hang the laptop and the microphone up for the year, I just wanted to check in with everyone one last time, just to say a massive, massive thank you to everyone and everything which has happened this year. There's been a fair amount. I'll try and keep it as brief as possible because you don't want to listen to me because of boring everyday chat. You listen to me for sleep stories. However, this year was a phenomenal year for growth. I don't know the numbers specifically. However, thanks to all of you who do listen regularly, as well as all original OGs. Oh, hi, Fox. I knew you'd turn up. Yeah. Speaking of OGs, there is the one and the only introverted Fox. But also to new listeners as well, who've joined recently, because December was a phenomenal month. And just to let you into a little secret, it was the plan. This is exactly what it's like to be a creator, I suppose. Only with time. Hi, Jennifer. Only with time and a bit of experience do you learn how it all works. Last year, there were some very successful stories, but it just so happened that the Christmas story last year did well, but it could have done better because it caught the algorithm quite late. I uploaded the Christmas story this year in November. I think it was the 22nd. No one was really ready for that yet, were they? Including me. Believe me, I was writing, recording, all of that stuff from the early weeks or days in November. But as you'll see, it's done incredibly well. Thank you all. It's made a huge, big step up in the audience. And I've got all of you to thank, so thank you. I'd like to give another massive thanks to patrons. You make all the difference with this. It's not possible without you. You are my living now, basically. So everyone has you to thank. And that will continue to be the case as well. So I have a little goal for this next year. I think we're on 70-something patrons just now, which is phenomenal for a channel of my size. It's just such a teeny channel still. But we've got 70. We've had a little more, but 70 patrons just now. I would love if we reached 100 sometime soon. That would be incredible. There's Tina ASMR. No prizes, anyone, for guessing who that is. Tina, Christine, maybe? Bless you. See? The nearest and dearest supporting me. Just like all of you do. That's the thing. I'm blown away on a daily basis by just how much these stories do mean to you. And I was actually just talking to Christine earlier today about that. It's difficult from this point of view sometimes to think or to accept that sometimes just a little thing that you do can actually make a huge difference to people's lives, depending on the timing of what's going on, depending on the phase of life that you're in, depending on the struggles that we do have, challenges that we are up against. And then every now and again, somebody just drops you a line, or a little lifeline, I should say, and it might be in the form of a sleep story. As teeny, tiny, innocent as that seems, it might actually make the difference. And it's extremely humbling that so many of you genuinely say that's what's happened, and I have to count myself very lucky for that. So thank you all. You are the ones that make these possible. And yes, especially patrons. I tell you all the time how much you mean. And you'll be like that for a long time. And I say to everyone, there's all sorts of benefits to have from being a patron too. So should you be tempted, I know it's Christmas, I know everyone's spending all their money just now. Affording £3 extra or dollars is a little easier said than done sometimes. However, a little bit from you makes a huge difference with these stories. So there's a few goals going forwards. I'll expand on that later, another time, I should say. We're nearly at 10,000 subscribers. I'm not really one for numbers, but have a think. If there's anything you'd like me to do for 10,000, let me know. I'm all ears. It doesn't need to be a story. It can be whatever you want. Deserves a little something to mark the occasion, doesn't it? Hello, Nate. Thanks for tuning in. Right, I'll literally wrap this up. I've done all the wrapping. All the presents are in the car. Gonna go to Mum's tomorrow. Saw Christine earlier. Gave her a big hug and a kiss. Lastly, thank you and Happy New Year. Give this next year a good go. I know we all do, but I'm a firm believer that the challenges that we do face, especially if we're struggling through a phase, it's very much all there to make the most of. And what I mean by that is that we've all felt deep pain before and struggled and had great loss. And I know many of you are still experiencing that. My words don't make the pain any less, however. Embracing it and knowing that it is all within your control. It's yours to be empowered by, as much as it can be very difficult. So not necessarily just a New Year's resolution thing. I don't believe in that necessarily. I think of, well, I'm not a start on Monday kind of person, and I encourage everyone similarly. If it matters enough, today is the day you'll start. So just going into the end of this year, have a little reflect on what it is that you want for yourself. Doesn't matter if it's a simple sleep-related thing or something deeper or something you want to overcome and heal with. Think what you want for you, because a lot of us live our lives with other things at the forefront of it, not things that we want, things that we feel we need to do, or things that we feel we need to do for other people. The only thing that leads us to peace and fulfillment is actually listening to us, ourselves, even if that means doing things for other people. The only way that we can repair and heal is by actually listening to ourselves and what we desire out of life, whether you're 18 or 80. I say that to everyone. So just a little innocent request from me to all of you listening. Just, you owe it to yourselves. There's something in all of us that wish we did this, or we're able to think this, but we get scared, don't we? Give it some thought over the next week before the new year comes in. And if possible, have a little conviction going into the new year that it's not just a New Year's promise to yourself. It's something a bit more permanent, whatever it is, big or small. Right, that'll do. I was going to say calm your things, but calm your beans, Sam. I'm going to go and finish this. A lovely wee Glendronach, cask strength, 18. It's beautiful. Very sherried. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals, and have a wonderful new year. There's a big story coming on the far side of the new year, and yeah, we'll see you on the other side. Take it easy. Love to you all.